What's going on, everybody? It's Glenn for the latest news, and if you're new here, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get into Monday Night Raw and SmackDown this week as we prepare closer to Saturday night main event in a few hours. Late review, but better late than never. Raw this week was alright. It wasn't really such a good show. Same thing with like kind of SmackDown. Just some key points, no order here. CM Punk, like I said, him and Seth freaking Rollins, CM Punk, they thing go. I didn't know it go way back to when Seth Rollins was 16 and he asked CM Punk to train him to be a wrestler. I thought it just go as far as back as them being in the Shield, but it actually goes further than that. So this story is definitely years in the making between CM Punk and Seth Rollins, Seth freaking Rollins. Um, Sami Zayn was out there. He issued a challenge to Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is he been on the tear lately. It's like he on the tear to take out the original bloodline. He took out Jay. He's gonna have a match with Sami Zayn in in the next few hours at Saturday night's main event. I don't know where they going with Drew McIntyre and this whole original bloodline thing, because he's like pretty much taking out the original bloodline as of now. After they won their match at War Games, whatever the case may be. But my thing is, it's like Drew McIntyre could have been whooped the original bloodline as a Sami Zayn and all them asses, because they was all on the same show prior. I mean, but his focus at the time was CM Punk, so I understand. So now he's just going at the the people that tagged with CM Punk, which is the original bloodline, and Jay, Jimmy, and Sami Zayn. But I like where they going with Drew McIntyre. It's hard to tell if he's a free agent or a Raw SmackDown guy, but the New Day, man, New Day got hella heat, man. On Monday Night Raw, they are now officially heels on the roster. I can't wait to see how far along this New Day thing go about. This is the most interesting that the New Day has been in a very long time. Them guys definitely got some accolades, and they definitely was the greatest, one of the greatest factions of all time. So I like where they going with that as well. Seth freaking Rollins, I don't know, man. This whole him and CM Punk thing is looking like it's about to spiral out of control, and the whole draft thing is looking like it's like spiraling out of control too, because like they doing something a little differently with the draft. It's like you saw Cody on Raw, you saw Gunther on SmackDown, and then now you got the Braun Strowman on SmackDown. It's just I guess they doing things a little differently with the draft. They just not. I don't know if they're gonna broadcast the rest of the draft, but from what I've been seeing is they just like low key just bringing superstars on the show. As far as like a Braun Strowman, he was on SmackDown last night. But I don't know how they doing this draft thing. Um, I like it. It's a little different. Like I said, as far as Drew McIntyre, I'm not too sure if he's a Raw or SmackDown superstar. I don't know what's going on here. I know it's slowing up for the Netflix special, which would be January 6th. They pretty much preparing more for that. There's going to be a lot of big names and big matches that's supposed to take part of that show. It's going to be 3 hours, a 3 hour show. Um, like I said, a lot of big names and a lot of big matches for that Netflix debut on January 6th, 2025. But Raw will continue with what the Raw got the women's Intercontinental Championship tournament. Um, who was in that match? It's hard to keep up with. Cause now they got the U.S. and Intercontinental Women's Championship. But Ivy now, when it was like a triple threat match, Ivy now, jeez, I forgot. But Ivy now, Selena Vega, and I think Vicaria, Bird Girl. She ended up coming out on top. Um, I see her as being like the dark horse of that tournament. She may end up winning it, but then again, I don't know. I'm hearing Charlotte's supposed to make her way back. Now I don't know if she's supposed to make her way back to Raw or SmackDown. But it's definitely looking like she's gonna be back sooner rather than later. I don't know if to enter in the tournament or I don't know what it is, but Charlotte Flair is definitely making her way back to WWE. She's been cleared um to wrestle again for I believe about a year now, but they've been holding her off or whatever the case may be. And as far as the Wyatt Six and Final Testament, I don't know what they're doing with the Wyatt Six. They Bo Dallas and the Wyatt Six lost the Final Testament. Um, I don't know what they're doing with the Wyatt Six and Final Testament. It was just that when they had they fight, it was just like a pin drop and like it was like kind of quiet. I mean, when the Wyatt Six came out, they still got their regular reaction or whatever the case may be, but I just don't know where they going with the Wyatt Six. It's just I don't know, man. I just don't want them to go stale with the Wyatt Six. I feel like the Wyatt Six definitely should have more of a bigger spot on the show, but I guess they just trying to see the reactions from the fans and everything in the world, the wrestling world, on how they gonna. I don't know because this is like confusing whatever with Wyatt Six. Damian Priest, he went out there against the New Judgment Day. Try to pretty much get his get back on a New Judgment Day. It looked like he was on his way, but the numbers game was just too much for Damian Priest. It's looking like it's gonna be Finn, Damian Priest, and Gunther at Saturday night's main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Um, I feel like Gunther's still gonna come out on top in that match. Because Gunther that's how great he is. Um, but with him and Louis Kaiser, his partner in Imperium, I would love to see what they're going with that. I know those guys going to eventually have some type of feud somewhere down the line. Somebody going to end up turning on someone. I think Louis Kaiser going to end up turning on the Reign General Gunther. Because Gunther he's a heel slash tweener. He's not really a baby face. It's hard to put him in the category of what his character is. But more than likely he's going to be like a tweener for here on out. He's not a heel baby face. He's just you know go based off of who he's going against, I guess. But Raw was a decent show. Wasn't really such a great show. Like I said, they was just pretty much preparing for Saturday night's main event, and they just pretty much leading into the new year, which would be the Netflix special, which would be January 6th. Like I said, a lot of big names, a lot of big matches for that night at Netflix January 6th. But like I said, I don't know. I don't see Finn Balor or David Priest beating Gunther at Saturday night's main event. I believe they're gonna have Gunther hold that championship up until at least WrestleMania or a little after. But As far as SmackDown though, SmackDown was a alright show too. We ain't get no tribal chief Roman Reigns. We ain't see no tribal chief, but we definitely seen the original bloodline and Solo Sokola and Jacob Fatu and Tamatama. I always get those names confused with the brothers, but um, it wasn't like I said. SmackDown and Raw was alright show. Like I said, they just preparing for the Saturday night's main event. More lead up for that, and more lead up for the Netflix special. Um, it's kind of a slow pace with it right now, but things are starting to pick up just a tad bit as we lead into the next year. 'Cause like I said, I know the wrestlers about to go on like a vacation, so I'm not sure if the shows was either taped or live. I'm not too sure, but more than likely it was it was not live, it was pre-taped already. But like I said, I don't know how they gonna go about things leading up into Saturday night's main event. And as far as the New Day, I don't know. I think Big E is definitely gonna make his way back soon. Probably it could be possibly the Rumble or a little before. It could be a little before Mania. You never know. But like I said, Raw. If you missed Raw this week, you didn't really miss too much. It's just pretty much leading up into Saturday night's main event. Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez had a decent match at the end of the night. But like I said, I'm just so tired of seeing the new Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley, David Priest going against. They need to just wrap that thing up already with those guys. With the Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. I feel like after Rumble or Mania or whatever, they should be pretty much done with the new Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, because enough is enough already, man. Enough is enough with that already. But still an interesting story to see. Like I said, just leading up to bigger and better things into the new year. But my thing is with Drew McIntyre. I don't know. Drew McIntyre's been on a tear lately. It's great to see Drew McIntyre back in WWE. Um, but I would love to see where they going with this whole Drew McIntyre pretty much attacking the OG bloodline, you know, pretty much picking them off one by one. Now I know him and Sami Zayn supposed to have a match at Saturday night's main event, but what's gonna happen within that match? Is it gonna be like a fair match? Is it gonna be a clean finish, or is Jay and Jimmy gonna want to get back on Drew McIntyre that same night? That's just my question. I'm just a little confused on how they're gonna play that one out. But I guess we just gonna have to wait and see in a few hours to Saturday night's main event. Like I said, SmackDown on the hand, we had the U.S. Women's Championship tournament continuing on. Michin ended up beating Tiffany Stratton in the okay match. She advanced. Bailey ended up I think she ended up losing. So she go to the back of the line. I don't know what they're doing with Bailey. I don't even know what they're doing with Naomi as well. But we still trying to figure out who attacked Jade Cargill, which I guess will play itself out in the long run. Also, we seen Braun Strowman on SmackDown. He took on Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes didn't look too pleased with facing the big man Braun Strowman, But as you see them within that night, you see wow, Braun Strowman squashed Carmelo Hayes in that match. I don't know what they got planned for Carmelo Hayes, but I mean, lately he's just been jobbing. Um, Maybe they got major plans for him in the next year, maybe. I don't know, but Solo Sokola had a match with L.A. Knight, yeah, which didn't end in a clean finish, obviously, because of the bloodline. So that ended in a no contestant. Then you had Andrade and Apollo Cruz. They came out to try to get their get back, but end up getting taken out again by the bloodline. Also, the Tribal Chief Robert Reigns has spoken that night as well. He's supposed to have a match with Solo Sokola for the Ulafala, um, I believe January 6th on the Netflix special show. I don't know if that's going to be like the main event. It's supposed to be a lot of major matches and major returns happening that night. They definitely have the time. It's going to be 3 hours. Again, I don't know if it's going to stay 3 hours from then on out. But as we know it, it's going to be a 3 hour. It's going to be a 3 hour show special for the Netflix, which is I can understand that because it's a special night. It's the first night that we is on Netflix, so I can understand that being 3 hours. But it's just 3 hours like every week. I don't know. That's just way too much time, But minus that, we seen Cody Rhodes get his ass. Well, him and KO was going at it at first, but he was. It was just too much for Cody to withstand. And also earlier in the night, we seen Drew McIntyre. He took out Jimmy Uso, and like I said, I think Drew McIntyre is on a mission to pick out the OG Bloodline one by one. Not only for the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, but for teaming with CM Punk. CM Punk was their fifth mystery partner at War Games, which they end up coming out on top. But I don't think Drew McIntyre was feeling that too much. So as of right now, Drew McIntyre is just on a mission to just take out anybody that was involved with the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Like he not even trying to hear none of that. He just on a mission to just take out whoever. As far as KO and Cody Rhodes, a lot of people feel like Cody should drop the title to KO. I wouldn't be too mad at that if he did drop the title to KO at Saturday night's main event, because you don't really need Cody to hold the title for that long. I mean, yeah, he can win it back, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna have him drop the title like that anyway. Especially since I'm hearing that he's gonna I guess for one night only, attend with the Eagle Championship belt, one of the classic championship belts from back in the days, I believe. He's gonna come in at Saturday night's main event with that championship. But is he gonna drop it to KO? And should he drop it to KO? It would make for a better story if he did drop it to KO. But I'm not too sure they're gonna go about with that. Hell, it probably won't even be a clean finish. It'll probably be just a swerve in the match or whatever the case may be. But yeah, you guys let me know what y'all thought about Monday Night Raw and SmackDown if y'all did see it. Which I feel like is going to happen in a few hours at Saturday Night Main Event. Do y'all feel like Cody is going to drop the title to KO? Like I said, I won't be too mad if that did happen. Like I said, it would make for a better story. But like I said, Raw and SmackDown was an alright show. It just wasn't as good because, like I said, they saving everything I guess, for Saturday night's main event, and the Raw special on Netflix, because like I said, Raw special on Netflix is gonna have some major names and it's gonna be some major matches that night on the Netflix special, which is gonna be again 3 hours. I don't know if they're gonna continue the 3 hours from there on out, but that particular night is definitely gonna be a 3 hour show. I don't know if it's gonna be like commercial free for the first hour, which I feel like it should be. Um, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a great night for Saturday night's main event, leading up until the Netflix special, in my opinion. But yeah, you guys let me know what y'all thought about Raw and SmackDown this week. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back here for the review of Saturday night main event to see how that plays out. You guys have a blessed morning and day.